Senator, thanks for joining me. I know you want to talk about Russia, and we will get to that. But first, I want to talk about those two stories we just covered. First, Kellyanne Conway. Do you think she was breaking the law when she encouraged people to buy Ivanka's clothing? And are you satisfied hearing that the White House counseled her?
Well, I actually pulled the law to look at what the actual rule was, and it says very explicitly that you cannot use your position to endorse merchandise or try to sell merchandise. It's clearly what she did. She clearly broke the law. But I think that there are, again, this is not a felony offense, and I think it's serious, but I think it speaks to a much larger issue, which I think most Americans should be very, very concerned about. It's the fact that we still are now 2-3 weeks into the presidency, and Donald Trump has not removed himself from his businesses. There are serious conflicts of interest between him and the businesses now being run by his family members, and he clearly does not respect any lie, nor does he respect the gravity and the seriousness of those conflicts. And now they're involved in international businesses, and Donald Trump is our representative, the people's representatives on the international stage, and there are clearly conflicts there. This is a clear and serious problem. This is just one small example of that, but this is unacceptable, and I believe in violation of the Emoluments Clause of the United States Constitution.
Senator, let me also ask you, there's a debate right now about whether when Judge Gorsuch referred to attacks on the judiciary as disheartening and demoralizing, whether he was specifically referring to what President Trump did or was he speaking more broadly. Either way, does the fact that he would say this make you more inclined to support his nomination to the Supreme Court, possibly?
Well, it doesn't make me more inclined to support him because of his judicial record, but I tell you what, it makes me respect him because I think that, like many of my Republican colleagues, we clearly understand that many of the things that Donald Trump is doing in his short-term presidency are undermining the very basic institutions of our democracy. And so whether it's one day he's insulting the judiciary as a whole, or another day he's insulting the sanctity of our electoral process by making an outright lie and claiming that there's broad-scale millions of people voting fraudulently. Donald Trump is not just whacking in a political way, he is whacking at the very roots of our democracy, what makes us strong, the judiciary, the electoral process, and even his attacks on John McCain. We are an Article I branch of the government. We're put first for a reason. We have an obligation to provide checks and balances with the administration. If every time a United States senator takes issue with a policy, be it a foreign policy or domestic policy, and Donald Trump wants to turn that into an ad hominem attack and come back in a petulant way, again, to me, that is insulting. So here's somebody, not just insulting, it's wrong and undermines the way our democracy is set up. So Donald Trump seems to have no respect for our traditions, but actually seems to be dedicated to attacking the very institutions that make us a great and free country.